So I want to talk today about the 4Ds, and this is a method that I've created to help with overwhelm and to help with the day-to-day organization and running of our lives. So the 4Ds are delete, delegate, delay, or just do. And so we can end up taking on so much. We all live very, very busy, very, very full lives. And especially when you're trying to conceive, the things that we end up trying to add and do in our life is on top of our already busy lives. And so in my podcast series, How to Emotionally and Energetically Prepare for IVF, for pregnancy, for stepping into that next stage of your life. The first episode was about building resilience. And part of that is ensuring that what you're expecting of yourself, what you're asking of yourself each day is realistic and achievable. Because if it's not, every single day you're adding to your own stress, you're adding to your overwhelm. And so by sitting down and being like, right, and sometimes this process, if you're really in the thick of it, it can be quite hard to, what am I trying to say? This is like a process, like you can do it now for today, like today's stress and this week's stress. But this works best when you have this as like an ongoing process and you get in the habit then of planning in this way and working with yourself in this way. And the longer you've been doing it, the more beneficial it is. So sit down and start off just piece of paper. I like to do this literally like pen and paper. I'm a really visual person. I like to physically see things in existence. But you could obviously do this on like digitally. But I find like physically having it in front of me works really well. So piece of paper, and I just do a mind map. So not even a list, a mind map of all the things that I need to do. And the joy of a mind map is it gets us to think of things in a different way. So start off with like in the middle, literally all the things I need to do, all the things I need to take action on. And then arrow off, like I need to do the food shop. And then from that, you can put, I need to remember to buy probiotics. I need to remember to buy this. So it's not a list of like your full shopping list, but it's sort of the outstanding things that are like just there in your head that you're like documented that somewhere. So you can go through, do mind map, all the different things. So you're thinking about like, we need to ring the clinic about this, circle this. I need to catch up with my friend, a circle, like really, really quick. And then look at that and go, right, what from this can I just delete? Just cross off. Just draw a line through. Just delete. Just get rid of. Because there will be something on there that your brain is telling you. Well, actually, this is quite a big thing. But actually, no, it's not. You just draw a line through it. The next is, what can you delay? What can you just take and literally add onto a new sheet of paper or new so this maybe you probably want to do digitally, so no way you'll be able to find it. What can I just move, what can I just delay to tomorrow, next week, next month, with work projects, with house projects, with catching up with friends. Sometimes what we actually need is just to delay something that maybe has been in our diary for a while. We're like, I was really looking forward to that, but actually this week it feels really tight. It feels really uncomfortable now that I'm trying to fit this in. So for example of this for me is yoga. I'm planning to go back to this yoga class I love for the last few weeks, and it's in my diary for this week, and I'm like, I'm going no matter what happens. This is the week that I recommence going to yoga, because I haven't been able to go because Luke's been working in London, and so this is literally the first week that he's gonna be at home, he can have the kids, I can go to yoga, great. And actually when I've looked at the week, I was like, this is a really, really full week. There is a lot going on top of our usual week. This is not the week to go and try and do that as well, because actually I'm probably not going to enjoy it because I'm trying to shoehorn it in to an already packed week. So I can delay that, I can go next week, and that will feel so much better. Then we look at what can you delegate? What can you just get someone else in your life to do? And this could be as simple as, could you do an online shop rather than physically going to the supermarket? Could you literally just log on, create an account, and then each week you can just go, buy all my favourites again? Bosh. Can it be, with a work project? Can you hand that over to someone else? Could that be, could something be done digitally instead of you physically having to do it? This, by the way, is where I grew up, Clopedy in Oxfordshire. It's gorgeous. It's taking a little tour. And my parents' house is just down the canal. Yes, what can you delegate? Could it be, you don't have time to clean your house at the minute, so get a cleaner in. And this could be once a month. This doesn't need to be something that happens every single week. Maybe it's like, if you know you've got a really busy time coming up, book a cleaning company as like a one-off, just so you're you're delegating that responsibility. And I know that's quite a privileged thing to be talking about someone else to clean your house, but it's things like this. Is like, what do you really, you're only one physical person. What's more important to you? Would it be better for you to pay for a cleaning company to come in just like as a one-off and do a clean, so that you could go to that class that you want to go, so you could see that friend that you haven't seen for a while, so that you could actually get on top of the work you want to do? Because you get to pick, you get to decide. Then we come to the fourth one, which is just do. What things on your list are a little teeny tiny thing that you just need to do? You just need to do right now. Just spend 30 minutes and blitz as many as the just do's as you possibly can. So on mine, there are loads of things like pay the vet's bill for the prescription I've got. And it will literally probably take me 3 minutes, but it's there as this outstanding to do. So do all the little things like that. And literally set a timer and blitz through, and you will feel so good after that list. Trust me, you will feel like oh my God, because they're out of your head and they're off of your to-do list. So then, once you've done that, you can really start to, and this is really, that might be enough for you just to get on top of the overwhelm and to sort of feel what you're doing. But if you're a planning type of person, like myself, you may want to cross-reference your Google Calendar with your to-do list and really work out what you can, work out what your week is going to look like. So again, for me, I use Google Calendar for literally for everything, every single thing. If it's not my Google Calendar, it might as well just not exist. Literally, just might not well exist. My calendar is linked to my husband's, so I can see what he's doing, he can see what I'm doing. And it just makes planning stuff like so much easier. Because it's all there. I can just grab it, it's on my phone. I don't have to be like, I need to go get my diary. Like, my phone is generally with me. It's right there. However, that said, unless I pick up my phone and look at Google, Google doesn't exist. So I like to have things that are really important literally on paper in front of me. So it's literally that physical thing of like, this is what I need to do today. And my to-do list used to be insane. They used to just basically be every single thing on my head on a piece of paper, overwhelming. So now I have a piece of paper and I literally draw the week on a piece of paper and I map out, so I put all the things in my calendar in, and then go, right, what space have I got around the things that are locked in? So around my clients, around appointments, what space do I actually have this week? And that's why then I looked at it, I was like, I don't have space for yoga this week because this is happening on Thursday and this has to do this and we have to do this beforehand and this before this. So in order to stop there being stress on Friday, on Wednesday there are things I need to be actioning. Whereas if I hadn't looked at the week as a week, I just looked at each day, I would have been like, well, yeah, go yoga, it'll be fine. So I map it out. And this is a really good habit for me to be getting into because I overestimate what I can achieve in 5 minutes, in 5 hours, in 5 days. I pretty much want to do a month's worth of work in each week, and it's not possible. And so I am setting myself up to fail at the very beginning of the week. I'm like, this week I shall do these things. This is the list. This is my I shall do all of these things and it shall be amazing. And then it gets to like Wednesday and I'm like, I've done like the top 3 things, or rather, it's never the top 3 things, is it? It's always like, I've done the one from the bottom, a couple from the top. Like the thing at the top, I've been avoiding that, so I haven't done that. So you can really get into, what does my week look like? And ensure, the most important thing here, ensure that you're booking in the time for you. That you book into your calendar. When am I going to meditate? When am I going to journal? When am I going to do yoga? So for me, walking is my most important thing. If I don't walk outside in nature as well, walking around the shops doesn't count. It counts as walking. It does not count as my self-care tick of what I need to do for myself every single day. So I need to do every single day. I need to brush my teeth. I need to feed myself nourishing food. I need to make sure I'm hydrated. I need to make sure I walk in nature. And that walk in nature, the absolute minimum, could be 10 minutes that I'm so busy that I'm driving somewhere. I will park literally like a gateway of a field, not blocking the gates. No, let's just be very clear, country code, not blocking a gate. And go for a 10-minute walk in a field on my way to driving into town to do something, because that's how important this is for me and my mental health. So I will ensure, and that's something that actually for me is so important. I don't need to book it into my diary anymore, because it's just a thing. Like if I don't get to the end of the day and go, oh, I haven't been for my walk. That doesn't happen anymore. So I don't, people don't get to the end of the day and go, okay, occasionally I get to the end of the day and I go, I'm going to brush my teeth this morning. Very occasionally. But most of the time you don't get to the end of the day and go, oh my God, I forgot to have lunch. If you're at that stage of busyness, you really need to be adjusting things, because you need to be nourishing and nurturing your body, especially if you want to be nurturing and nourishing a baby. But yes, so you want to get it. They're the things that you just do. So for me, a walk will be part and parcel. If I get so busy, I'm beginning to think, when am I going to fit a walk in? Major, warning signals there. It's like, I'm far too busy. I haven't even had a walk. But yeah, so what are the things at the minute are not yet habit for you and need to be booked in? So when are you going to meditate? When are you going to listen to that podcast you really want to listen to? When are you going to catch up with your friend you haven't spoken to for a while? Ensure that your life looks balanced when you look at that week. So I saw a great thing on Instagram Reels the other day. Oh, I can't remember it off the top of my head. And it was like your life should be in 3s. So, what is it? That you should spend a third of your life, a third of each day asleep. You should spend a third working on things that you love, like your passion work, your career. And then you should spend the other third on all the other things. And then the balance for that was hobbies. I don't remember what they are. I'll look it up. But it was basically like a third on like your hobbies and your health and looking after yourself. A third on your friends, your family and your faith. And a third on, I can't remember what it is. Oh, that was it. Yeah, so it was health, hygiene, and hobbies was like one group. Yeah, faith, family and friends was the other. And then there was a third group. So you take your third of the day that you're not working and split that into 3. And then see if you've got that balance. What was the third thing? I can't remember. Probably like, I think it was like, things that you're doing like for you to like, to lift you up, to connect. And that really made me think. I was like, how many of us do that? It's like we generally have maybe a bit less than a third asleep, so we're cutting down then, much more than a third working, or even if it is a third working, what about the time you're spending getting ready to go to work, traveling to work, thinking about work when you're not at work? And then it was like, because so many people like they don't have time for a hobby. Like, I don't have hobbies, I'm too busy working. And it's like, like you really need to look at that and go, where's the balance here? And if this is just like, I'm busy this week, okay. But if it's like I'm so busy every single working week of my life, I don't have time to exercise, I don't have time for hobbies, I don't have time for my friends, so like it's out of balance. So yes, so there we go. I'm gonna look up what the third thing was, because it's very cool. Can't quite remember, but you get the gist. Like, look at your week. If you're mapping out as well and looking at your week, does it look balanced? Does it look like there's enough in there that's for you, your mental health, your physical health, your spiritual health? What are you doing that's going to top you up and energize you, nourish and nurture you? Hope that's helpful.